Hi everybody, welcome back. I'm Dorothy. I'm your professional astrologer. You can find me on the web at nhastrologer.com. And there on that website, if you were to go to the homepage and go ahead and sign up to be on my newsletter email list, each month I draw 3 people to get a free 20-minute astrology session with me. Now, I also have online classes and a mentorship program for one-on-one studying, so we do that over the internet as well. And I have 4 spaces left. So if you're interested in a private mentorship program for 6 months, let me know. All right, today I want to talk about February. So now that the advertising is over, okay? So with February, we have a few things going on. Of course, we know it as the month of love just because Valentine's is in here. Some of the things that are going on this month that are just general for everybody is the thing I want to focus on first off is on February 13th, between the 13th and the 15th. This is when Mercury is finally back to the position that it was in the zodiac belt on the day that it went retrograde back in January, on January 5th. So think back to January 5th, what was going on for you. That's when Mercury had moved into Aquarius. It stayed in that zodiac sign for just a few days and then retrograded back. Now on February 13th to the 15th, this is when Mercury's finally past that hump, finally over that area where he was retrograde for a long time. So we're going to have some movement. That Mercury in Aquarius is definitely high thinking, it can be high energy, but it can also be somebody where we get something into our head, we're going to really chew on it for a long time. Fixed air is what Aquarius is. Mercury is that thinking mind, so it is a air planet naturally. So when it is connected, when it is in that sign of Aquarius, we're going to be having some interest in any of the things that Aquarius rules. So, of course, astrology is one of them. That'll be on the top of my list, of course. Anything that's technologically, anything in that category, right? So, February 13th to the 15th, Mercury finally gets over that hump of where it was January 5th when it went retrograde. So that means we get to move through some stuff, okay? We get to start really moving into the Aquarian energy and that unique piece of communicating. And February 14th, of course, it's right in the middle of this. So what goes on February 14th? And this is energy that we're all going to play into. On February 14th, the moon's in the sign of Taurus. That's a great place for the moon to be on the 14th of February, because the moon in Taurus is all about, sensual tastes and sensual smells and anything that is just lovely and luscious and beautiful. Now it makes a sextile to, let me look at my notes, to Neptune, right, in the evening of February 13th. So Saturday night, February 13th, most people would probably be going out to dinner and doing their romantic-y things on Saturday night, the day before Valentine's. And this is true. And this is what we get when we have on Saturday night. If you want to go out and have this romantic, date and just have a nice time, it's going to be that. We have all of the things, all of the cards are in place for just a romantic evening, just in and of itself. Kind of put parentheses around it. And that's it. After that, though, we have no other aspects that are cooperating with this romantic piece. So if you're going out on a first date on this night, there's going to be way too much pressure. All right. If you feel like just having a one-time date with somebody, then this is what the energy of the night's about. That's perfect, especially for those of us out there who are single. Go out, have a date, that's cool. But just know there's no Saturn. The Saturn aspects of the day just do not support a long-term relationship. Now, if you're in a stable relationship and you're just going out for fun because that's what you do on Valentine's Day, then this won't affect you quite as much. But it will be a nice date night, especially for married people who have not had an opportunity to get out and play in a long time because of children. All right? So go out, have fun. Just know that Saturday night, if you're going out for Valentine's, even if you're not going out for Valentine's, if you're going out Saturday night, it's just a night to have fun, enjoy good food, good drink, good company, and just know it's a great memory that you're making. And that's what it will be. That will be it. Doesn't have to go any further than that. So it sounds like a great night to have fun and have a party. So I'm going to leave, that's the general piece. So now I'm going to get on to a little more specific things for each of the zodiac signs. So that's next. Hi Scorpio. Okay, let's get started. So on February 5th, we have Venus and Pluto conjunct in the sign of Capricorn. So what happens with this together, there's a couple of different ways this can play out. And again, it depends on your level of evolution, so to speak. Is we have some intense personal drama can manifest with this, feeling like we're out of control, and drama is misbehaving in some ways, and that gets and brings the attention that we need to change a situation, whether it's usually temporary, but that's part of the energy of this. Now we also have very intense, passionate emotions that can go with this too. And being that these two planets are in the sign of Capricorn, in your solar third house, this is really meant for you, in that solar third house. And you understand, Scorpio, Pluto is in charge of that. And so Pluto is involved in this transit. And so what we're looking at is we're looking at where we are responsible in our relationships, where we are feeling safe and secure in them. And if we're not, like I said, some people will act out, and other people will go deeper into passion and deeper into love. All right? But it depends on what side of the coin, you know, you're going to be triggered or you're moving towards. So again, depending on your level of enlightenment and interest, this all goes on into that solar third house for you guys. So it really tells me that communicating what you feel, how you feel, is going to be super important, because that whole process is changing for you, especially since 2008, since Pluto's been in that sector for you. So with Venus coming through and making this conjunction today on February 5th, just expect that there might be some emotions that come up from the deep. You know, it's like that onion. It's like, oh, I thought I'd already worked on something like this in my relationships, or what I value, or how I communicate. But sometimes another little piece will come up so we can see how far we've gone, how far we've come. And sometimes a piece will come up where people can just misbehave and just act it out. So where that will be just will vary from person to person. The thing is, we also have on that day Mars in Scorpio, all right? That's your sign, right? So Mars is moving over your sun at some point in time here, and it is making a quincunx to Uranus, which means Uranus is quincunxing your sun. So all of this, what this all comes down to, is a lot of frustration. First off, when Mars is in Scorpio, every 2 years it's in a zodiac sign. And so with Mars in this sign for you guys, there is a form of transformation going on for you at this moment in time for about 6-7 weeks. And we're smack in the middle of it in this first week in February. That quincunx to Uranus up to your 6th house, it just tells me that your daily routine is probably giving you a difficult time. So whatever's going on in your daily routine, you're having a hard time kind of keeping up with it, whether you don't have enough to do or you have so much to do and you can't create a routine, and it's probably frustrating. And so that's what that is for you guys. But, you know, we're going to feel it for the week before February 5th, and, you know, the after effects will, you know, they'll linger, but they won't feel as intense as they do up till the 5th of February. You know, within a week, you're going to start, you know, you won't even hardly notice. You won't feel these frustrating feelings anymore. All right, moving on to February 8th. And on February 8th is the new moon in Aquarius. And I will put a separate video up for that. There's a link in the icon up at the top here. It's a drop-down menu, and I will have the lunar forecasts linked in there. And if you're a subscriber, you will be notified when that video comes up, okay? But just so you know, the new moon in Aquarius is about, you know, new moons we create, right? We create new things that we want. And Aquarius is very fresh and is energetic and fixed air, though, so we can come up with some great ideas, great brainstorming. This goes on in your solar 4th house. So if that goes on in that sector, this is all relating to what's going on with your home, with your family, with your parents. Sometimes siblings too, but mostly the family and the lineage, that family line that you're from. Something going on there. So go watch that video when it comes up, okay? and you'll get a lot more energy, a lot more information, because for you guys it will be about your family. Now, moving on to February 10th. Now, on February 10th, Venus is in a trine aspect to Jupiter, both in earth signs. So Venus, we know, is in that solar third house for you. And so with Venus trining Jupiter up to the 11th, the energy of this is Aquarian type energy anyways, but in the trine aspect is very easy going energy. So we're able to manifest hopes and dreams, the things that are important for us. So when you're focusing in on that new moon, when it comes around, just know that the energy of what's going on around February 10th is going to influence that as well. And so Venus, what we love, what we value, and what we hold as stable, because it's in Capricorn, trine Jupiter and Virgo, focusing in on the details that are important and really letting go of the ones that aren't. We should be able to manifest and ground this energy really easily. Okay? All right. I already did February 14th, so that's in the beginning. If you need to refresh, then you go back and listen to the beginning, very beginning. And then on February 22nd, we have that full moon in Virgo. Again, that video will be up when we get closer to the time period. Again, that's in your solar 11th house. That 11th house and the Aquarian energy for you Scorpios has been really strong right now. And it's not an easy time, because you guys aren't really, you don't sync up well with Aquarius. You're both fixed, right? So it's a square. And so there's always some type of adjustment that has to go on. So with this full moon in Virgo, you're going to be letting go of something, and you're going to be, because there are too many details overwhelming you, and it's time to release something. Scorpio, you guys are pretty intense sometimes, because you're always really deep into, you want to know, you're not superficial. You want to know what's going on under the surface, but it's time to let some things go. That's that full moon in Virgo. Again, come listen to that when the time gets closer. And then I will finish with February 28th. The Sun and Neptune are conjunct in your solar 5th house. And that 5th house is where we're creative, passionate, where we really want to express ourselves through creativity. And so with Neptune in there and Pisces in that sector for you, you know, usually it can be through music, through art, through just the types of energies that flow. You know, it's very very smooth, easy flowing. Okay, the Sun will move through that sector, and when it makes the conjunction to Neptune, it can actually burn off the fog for a couple of days. So while we're feeling a little unsure, unknown, or we're not quite sure what direction we're going in, the Sun moving through that sector really quick and fast at the end of February, it will burn off the fog, so you're able to see where it's easy for you to express and go with the flow. Now, I did pull some cards for you guys, and of course this is very much Scorpion. These are all major arcana in this deck. The first card is sacrificing, so don't sacrifice yourself for everybody around you. Do what is important for you. The rainbow in here and all of the water in here definitely is, you know, part of your sign, you know, because you are a water sign. And so really work with that piece and allow yourself to let go of the things that aren't working for you, so you not sacrifice for others. Solitude comes up as well. It's a 9 card, but the solitude comes up, and when that comes up, it's make sure you find enough time to spend alone. It's important. Keep your energy clear and separate yourself from others when you're feeling overwhelmed. And the final card that comes up is the light. And so that just means, you know, when I see that, it's like focusing in on the Sun, when the Sun is connecting to that Neptune, what house is it again, in that 5th house. Really trust that you're going to be able to do some things that are really fun and creative for you. So when we're creative, we stay in the flow a lot easier than when we're not. So find something for yourself that is a way for you to express yourself and your creativity. And that's the way to end this month. All right, so thank you very much for listening. Please subscribe to this channel. Come to my website, classes, mentorship programs, all kinds of fun stuff there. Private sessions if you like. And please share this channel with others, or recommend if you would, please. I appreciate that, because I love doing what I do. And I'll leave you with that. Lots of love. Namaste.